It is a hot one. Oh my goodness, it's hot. Hi guys, I'm Mama Bear to Many. I am mom to 14 children. 12 of my children still live here at home. And this is going to be a baby update. So last week I had an ultrasound and I hadn't heard back I had updated last week and I hadn't heard back some of the statistics. So I'm going to let you know those as well as this most recent ultrasound, because now I'm on weekly ultrasounds, and this most recent ultrasound and what they're thinking and all that fun stuff. So that is what we're going to do today. So last week I had my ultrasound and I didn't find out too much information. The lady actually who was taking the ultrasound didn't really give me any information at all. I was doing beets today, so now I'm stained. She didn't give me very much information at all. She was kind of very standoffish, but somebody from my midwife's office called the next day, so it wasn't a very long time after that. So at my 20-week ultrasound, there was a number of things that were wrong with the baby that I'm carrying. Or a number of potential things. So the baby most likely has trisomy 18. At that time, they also saw a heart defect. They saw clenched fists. They saw a different shape, like skull, as well as like different shape, like facial features that would say that it was trisomy 18. So they saw all those things. There was also some question about, like, when I had that ultrasound, they couldn't tell if it was a boy or girl because they said that the genitals looked like they were ambiguous. And that kind of means that potentially part of genitals were missing or not like descended or anything like that. So I didn't really know as far as the gender from that ultrasound. Also, another thing is the bowel or parts of the stomach could have been on the outside and not the inside of the stomach. So those were all some big things that we were kind of just waiting to see and praying about. And I think you guys, all of you have been praying. It's really been a blessing just knowing that like there's other people like there with you, right? And praying for this little baby. So, let's see. I'm trying to think. So last time I told you that we had the echocardiogram and how that looked, and that it wouldn't need to be like an immediate surgery, but the baby did have a hole in his heart. So now I just put up my announcement on Saturday what the baby was. So now you guys know that he is, actually just filmed it a couple minutes ago. But I'll put that on Saturday, and then this will be after that so that I can keep saying him because I am not good at doing that. So it is so hot. Okay, so that was that with the cardiologist. That was really a good day. So she called and she said the biggest thing with that one was that last week was that they were checking to see like the placement of the bowel. So she called and she was like, the baby passed. I guess they give babies like a score 8 of 8, and the baby got an 8 of 8. So that was really good. And the bowel is actually inside of it, and it looks like it's closed off. So that is awesome. Praise the Lord for that. Super excited for that. She did say the baby's stomach is smaller than it should be at this point. The baby at that point was, I think I already said, 1 pound 14 ounces, because they did like a growth thing at the same time. So that was the update that I was kind of waiting for from that ultrasound. So I went and I had an ultrasound, I don't know, a couple days ago. Yesterday? I don't even know what today is. I think yesterday. And so now they were checking, basically they want to do weekly ultrasounds. After that last week, they decided that they wanted to do weekly ultrasounds to check the baby's growth, as well as like just how the blood flow is, and making sure that I guess they do like practice breaths, like they see how that works, and then they see how like the blood flow and stuff is going on, and then they take measurements of the pockets of fluid. They do the biggest pocket of fluid. After next week, they will do like more, like all of the pockets, I guess. I'm not quite sure. But it sounded like after 28 weeks, then they would do all the pockets of fluid. So that was that ultrasound, and the girl was really nice. It was kind of nice because she had somebody training with her as well. Now, the week before, I had asked about like genitals and that type of stuff, and she said she couldn't say anything. So I don't know if they were like different people, or if it was, I thought it was kind of weird because at a normal ultrasound, they can say. So this girl, she was really sweet, and she was explaining like what she was doing. And so I asked about it because that was one thing that they didn't mark down when I asked the midwife. She said that she was going to talk to them to see if they were able to see that well. And she never got back to me, so I'm assuming they probably didn't get to see that well. So I talked to this girl, the ultrasound tech, and she says, sure, we can look to see that. And we saw all the parts. All the parts looked normal, as of correct size, and yeah, so definitely a boy. Definitely a boy. It's kind of funny because she took a picture, like, you know, like on the ultrasound, she took a picture like just of that. And so I got done, and the kids, they're like, I had a couple children with me, and so I showed them the ultrasound, like, that doesn't look, where's the baby's head? I'm like, I didn't say anything for a minute, and then one of my sons was like, that kind of looks like a butt. So sweet. Anyway, so we were able to see that. The baby passed the test the other day. So I guess it's basically like pass or fail at most of my ultrasounds as far as like how everything is going. And then they'll do like growth scans. I think it's every other time. So I think my next one, they'll do growth, like a more in-depth growth scan. And then after that, I actually will talk to my midwife, so I'll have more information, because I'm not quite sure now at this point what the biggest concern is. I'm not quite sure. I know that there can be like some like skeletal abnormalities, and I know they can't tell anything about lungs until the baby's actually born. Quite a few of the things that I personally was worried about, as far as like the bowels and the heart, those were like some big concerns of mine, and those look pretty well. I mean, yes, the baby has a hole in his heart, and that is serious, right? Like any baby with a hole in their heart, that's a serious condition just alone, without anything else. But it doesn't need to be attended to like immediately upon birth. So I am very thankful for that. So overall, it was a very good update, very good ultrasound. It was nice because the techs were really nice that I had. She had somebody that she was training, and they were just very personable, where the other pastimes that I've had 2 other techs, and they were not that way. They were very just kind of standoffish. They didn't want to say anything. And even her, like, she didn't say too much, but she was really friendly. And she did say what she could say, right? So instead of just like scanning my belly and doing whatever, she was saying, okay, I'm checking for this now. Okay, there's 2 kidneys, like that type of stuff. Like maybe she can't give the details of, hey, this looks too big, or this looks too small, or this doesn't look correct, but she was at least saying, hey, this is this body part, or let's see if we can check this out, or we're measuring I want to make sure that I can measure the femur bone, like all those things. So it was just nice to have somebody that was personable as far as that went. So then we ended up going to Sam's Club after that. So we didn't do like NICU or anything like that, but next week we will do an ultrasound, as well as my midwife appointment. And I'm just going to talk to her about the biggest concerns that she has. If you have somebody or have had a child with trisomy 18, if you could write down in the description box below just what your baby's main concern was when your baby was born. I'd like to just kind of be a little more mentally prepared. Like, I understand the lungs, and I'm thinking that it's more like the structure of the body is going to be different, so then things are not like quite appropriate, right? But I'm not entirely sure. So if you have any information on that, I would really appreciate it. I really don't want like oodles of articles, because I have been pouring through articles, to be honest with you. But if you have actually lived through this and have information that would be really helpful, then I would love to see that down in the description box below. And I just want to say, our family wants to say thank you so much for all those that have been praying for our family and for this baby, and we just truly appreciate it. And we hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day.